What's going on, people, and welcome to my match recap and my player ratings for yesterday's game. Semi-final first leg, Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United. Finished 3-0 Manchester United. Could have been more. Rashford getting another goal. Fantastic solo goal from him. Into the second leg of that, of a 3-goal advantage at Old Trafford. I see us in the final already. All respect to Forest, but we're in the final. I think we will play Newcastle. Got a 1-0 advantage over Southampton. So I do think it'll be us versus Newcastle in the final. I think Forest did definitely have enough chances in the game yesterday, though, to get something. They just weren't clinical when it mattered. Brennan Johnson specifically, I feel like he had 2 or 3 chances that he probably should have done better with. And Gibbs White had maybe 1 or 2 as well. So I think we definitely were tested at times, but overall the majority of the game I feel like we were comfortable. We've got the Reading game coming up in the FA Cup. I feel like we'll get through that, and I do think we'll be in the final of the Carabao before we know it, and I think it'll be against Newcastle, which will be a tough test, but I do think we could beat them, so it's a chance of silverware. I feel positive, I feel confident, and I think we will win the Carabao, but we're going to have to turn up against Newcastle because they're a tough team now, and they're only going to get better. So I do think we could beat them, though. So I'm going to predict here and now that we will win the Carabao Cup. As for the player ratings, David De Gea, I give him a 6. I feel there was 2 or 3 saves in the game he had to make and be alert. But overall, pretty comfortable game, 6. Wan-Bissaka, 4. Got quite out of position quite a lot. And defensively, like I said, the position in a little sense, I don't think he was good. I don't think he really offered a lot going forward in this game. You can definitely see the drop-off when Delo is not available and he has to play. 4 for Wan-Bissaka. Lindelof, 4. I actually would have preferred Lindelof to Maguire, and I'm glad he went with Lindelof, but then I don't think he backed it up with his performance. I think he got beat quite a few times, lost the ball at times. 4 for Lindelof, disappointing. Martinez, for me, was my man of the match. I give him an 8. Could have had an assist with a long ball over the top at one point. I thought he was solid defensively the whole game. I remember him making 1 mistake the whole game and rescuing us at different times as well. So Martinez would get an 8, and he's my man of the match. It's good to have him back. Malacia, 6. I always like it when he gets a chance. I think he was a little bit unfortunate to lose his place, even in the league and stuff recently, but I think he, again, showed his maturity for such a young player. I think he's a bargain for what we paid for him. So 6 from Malacia. Eriksen, 4. Struggled to get in the game. I'm disappointed with Eriksen since he came. I think he had a couple of good games, really, but I don't think he's involved enough when he has been playing recently. He's not a goal threat enough for me. And defensively, he's not good enough. So 4 for Eriksen. Casemiro, I don't think had a good game. I give him a 4. He lost the ball so many times, and luckily we got away with it because his recovery in that was not great in terms of his pace of recovery. But I was just disappointed in how many times he lost the ball in the midfield area for him. It was uncharacteristic. But I've seen a few of these performances from him in recent weeks that haven't been great. So 4 for Casemiro. Anthony, 4. The amount of times he had chances to... He probably could have had a hat-trick in this game, but his shooting was just dreadful and woeful. Bringing others into play wasn't bad at times, but in terms of shots and chances for himself, shocking. For the amount we've paid for him, not good enough. 4. Rashford, 7. Obviously got his goal. I thought he had a pretty good game. Maybe he drifted in and out a bit, but his goal alone has to bump it up from an average, at least 2 points, and that is why I've given him a 7, because it's a brilliant goal. 7 for Rashford. Bruno, 5. I think he started well and then went out of it as the game went on, but not the worst player on the pitch. He tried to be positive and make things happen, but I don't think he was terrible. 5. Well, Weghorst obviously got his first goal for the club, and a good one of that. Good reaction, good anticipation goal. Hopefully he can get a few more now. 5 for Weghorst. Fred, Pelistri and Garnacho were the subs, and I give all of them an average. I don't think they did a lot when they came on. Saying that, Pelistri maybe could get a 6. He put a very decent ball in not long after he come on for Weghorst with a header, who should have done better with it. But the ball itself was very good. But other than that, didn't really affect the game too much. So I'd give all of the subs a 5. And Ten Hag himself, I'd give him a 7. We're into the second leg, pretty much into the final now anyway. Clean sheet away from home, and it bodes well for the aggregate score into the second leg. And we're doing well in the league, we're doing well in the cups, and long may it continue. And he deserves a huge ton of credit, Ten Hag, in my opinion. I think he's the man to back, and he's showing it. So love to see it. 7 for Ten Hag. My man of the match, as I said, is Martinez. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, who your man of the match was. And I'll be back with a preview for the Reading game very soon. And don't forget, if you haven't already, go over to the community tab and vote on the next player versus player. It's there waiting for you if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys soon.